30 minutes time in line with Premier League guidance. Sky at the front.
Just thank you. Spurs do give you chances. They've not kept a clean sheet now in 6 games. Certainly there's an opportunity there to shock them at home.
I think we have to be very positive in our approach. We're very, very keen to move on from this game and start to build our away form back to the level it was last year.
There's a lot of talk on Ange Postecoglou and kind of a breath of fresh air to the league, but certainly the style of play is pretty entertaining. I mean, what have you made of that?
I think Tottenham have certainly changed a lot of their build-up patterns, their formation, the way they play is totally different. I think I've enjoyed definitely watching them play. Free scoring early season. A lot of interesting rotations and movements. So, yeah, I think he's done very well in a short period of time to implement his philosophy.
And after the Spurs game, it's AC Milan as well. I mean, how important a period is this at the moment?
Well, I think we always say it's season defining, whatever period we're in. Certainly December is always going to be a big month for us, just with the sheer number of games that we have. I think we've made a pretty good start, not talking about December, but since the last international break, made a pretty good start to that with obviously the 3 games and now the Everton game. But we need to pick up our away form. I think that's absolutely crucial for us, and we want to do that as quickly as possible.
Thank you.
Okay, Richard Jolly, and then across to Kieran Kelly.
Hi Eddie, just in terms of Tottenham, it kind of looks as though you and they could be in a similar position for quite a lot of the table, quite a lot of the rest of the season. Do you see these kind of games as being even more important in terms of sort of mini league between you?
I think so. I think the games that you have with the teams around you always take on more importance. They're usually tight games, entertaining games. They certainly have been for us this season. And we've usually been able to raise our game as well for these games, and that's what we're going to need to do again.
And I mean, obviously at home, you've got a very good record in such one. So if you can kind of add that away from home, that will really make the difference in terms of that.
Well, it would, and that's been the frustration for us because it's a difficult one to work out. We want to play the same way. We want to impose ourselves on the game, grab the game and take the initiative. I don't think we did that well enough against Everton. Hopefully that will change against Tottenham.
Pass the microphone across to Kieran at the far next. Kieran.
Eddie's a very quick turnaround. What have you said to the players?
Today, I let them know that my thoughts on the performance, really, without going into too much detail. I always think you need that honesty. I always give it to them in a positive way. But I think then you need to do the same, so you're consistent. But I think they know. They don't need telling. I think they know today we were off our best levels, and that cost us the match.
What do you think it would take to get something against Spurs, to cure those kind of away day blues?
Well, I think it would need a very similar performance to last year, where we were excellent. We were at our best defensively. We were at our best in attack as well. That was a memorable day, and that gave us a really big lift for what was ahead. That came at a key stage of the season, so we certainly know the importance of this match.
Lee Ryder at the front.
I know it's hard to talk about top just now, but it's a venue that you won at last season. Hopefully you can get something similar this time around. But I think we've lost tonight. But
I was just looking at the score as I was talking, so I wasn't aware of their score until then. No, it makes, regardless of how they got on today, it makes it a really big game for both teams. So we're under no illusions to the importance of this match for us.
Eddie, how much is this next 2 or 3 weeks just going to be about getting through it and almost, I don't want to say damage limitation, but just getting through this next 2 or 3 weeks to a point where you can get players back and the schedule does become a little bit easier, because it just looks so difficult at the minute with what you've got, you're up against.
Yeah, well, I've sort of been there mentally for a while, so I've sort of been through all the emotions already, and I'm sort of not coming out the other side, but I'm sort of, come to terms with it, because when you're in my shoes, you can only control what you can control, and some of the injuries we've had have just been things that we had no control over. But we're missing some big, not just big players, but big personalities as well that make a difference within the group. but I think I have to say, I think the players have done so well to cope mentally with it. We've beaten some big teams with a hugely reduced squad, and that should give us real confidence for what's ahead. If we can add some players back and they're in good condition, that will give us a huge lift.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Thank you.